Hello again. There was a time, only a few years ago, when Nelson Mandela was regarded by most people in Britain as a cross between Jesus, Gandhi, and Mother Teresa, a man whose very name was sacred and revered. I'm sure we all remember the cry of Free Nelson Mandela. He represented all that was noble and heroic, a secular saint for our times. The idea of anybody but an avowed racist or fascist daring to deface his statue would have been unthinkable. Such a person would have been universally reviled. I think that this is a pretty fair summary of the state of affairs until a decade or so ago. Times change though, and progressives and liberals are always on the lookout for new causes. Let's face it, Nelson Mandela and the struggle against apartheid is so last year. Sex changes are far more fashionable these days. So it was that on Saturday, when a bunch of left-wing hooligans went on a rampage in central London, protesting about the fact that the rule of law sometimes means that things don't always go the way they might want them to, it was only natural that those vandalising statues should have turned their attention to the one of Nelson Mandela in Parliament Square. The truth is, most of those demonstrating were young, and the chances were that Nelson Mandela had died before they were even born. I don't suppose they even knew who he was. On a side note, I'm not even sure what a statue of Mandela was doing in Parliament Square. He wasn't British, nor did he do anything in particular for this country, unlike all the other people commemorated by statues there. 6 other statues were daubed with paint during the disorder. Those included the statue of Millicent Fawcett, who fought very hard for equal rights for women, and also Jan Smuts. He was the man who helped create the RAF and was charged with the defence of London from German bombers during the First World War. Mind, I suppose that we cannot really be surprised at the sight of a man in British military uniform should incite a crowd like that to fury, and as can be seen in the thumbnail, they have scribbled something about trans rights on Jan Smuts' statue. It seems that rights relating to sex changes now trump all others, and even Nelson Mandela and his story pale into insignificance beside the right for men to wear dresses and women to have their breasts amputated.